Hi Angry Aussie, Trueblueaustralian. Competition of the nerds, eh? Two things about this. A nerd is based on his equipment and what he does. So I thought I'd just show you some of the equipment to start off with, and then we can work on discussing more nerd topics. But here's the screen that I can view you on. I just thought I'd turn the lights off so you can see it a little bit better. So as you can sort of see, it's pretty big, and oh, look at that ugly fella. Oh my. Anyway, can't help that. This is a fully motorized screen. Comes off a projector that sits up there, and is connected to a 5.1 surround sound system that I can listen to. I'll just turn it off so you can see. There you go. Of course, with our nerdy posters, we've got to have our DVD collection, and of course you've got to have all the Stargates there ever was, you know, plus a few other nerdy, you know. What else is there? X-Files and Star Trek Voyager's got to have them. Back to Future, yeah. Bit of a Harry Potter fan. Got to collect a few models. Harry Potter broom sitting around there. Got to have that. Got the Star Wars fighter there going on as well. So this is the security system that's based around the house. I can see front door, back door, side of the house, everywhere I need to see, and you know, shows me everything going on basically. So I don't have to get off my ass to watch anything basically. Of course, a good old computer setup, a couple of terabytes of hard drive. I'm on it more than I'd like to be, but probably close to anywhere from, depending on work, let's say 8 hours a day till anywhere up to, you know, if I'm home, not working that day, probably about 20 hours a day. It's disgusting, I know. Okay, so now that you know more about how I live, I want to explain a bit more about being a nerd. I'm proud to be a nerd. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd, thank you very much. Nerds get very highly paid these days. They get more respect than most other trades. So yeah, anyway, on to being a nerd. Let's see, managed a computer store, worked as a computer technician for a long time, know most programming languages, worked for Hewlett-Packard for a fair while. Can't really go into a lot of that detail, of course, for privacy. What do I do now? I do electronics technician at the moment for one of the biggest companies in the world. So many things, got to try and remember them all. So I want to say more, you know, just because you're into Star Wars doesn't make you a nerd. I think there's more to being a nerd than that. So, sure, you're on your way to becoming a nerd, but, you know, Star Wars is just such a small part of it. Same with Battlestar Galactica and everything else. You've got to have all of this. You know, all nerds should have all the collection of Star Wars. I know I do. And you've got to have the Star Treks, the Star Wars, the Galacticas, the Stargates. You've got to have it all. It's a part of being a nerd. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and
arigato, Mr. Roboto.
nice haircut, Aussie.
No, I know it's beer, man. Well, my favourite Japanese restaurant, they all shout moshi moshi when you come in.